Cade York set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Gun. 11 MT paint. 11 MT paint. 12.
And they go play action now. Burrow. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, there's a pretty big start right there. They go bombs away on the first play from scrimmage.
Put a smile on your face, didn't it? Not because you're rooting for anyone, but that's the way to begin a game, to put someone back on their heels and announce that they plan to be aggressive.
On 2.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
11 MT. Stop.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
11. Stop.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive lineman still to this.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
11 mighty. 12. 11 Thomas. Stop.
Now Burrow. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jamar Chase, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. The 71 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Chubb. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
York able to send this one through. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT. 12.
They'll send the tight end in motion.
11, 11. 11 MT.
They'll send the tight end in motion left.
11, 11, 11. 11 MT, Tate. They got to go.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
11 mighty, 11 mighty. 12, 12, 12.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. That's complete right around the 8. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
12, 12, 12.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run it again with Chubb. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Watson now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. This is taken at the 15. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
I'm one, right?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
I'm fine, ready?
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
11 Thomas.
Now it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
11, 11. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
11, Thomas. 11, 11, 11. 11, Thomas. 11, 11, 11. 11, MT, 11, MT.
They go play action with Burrow. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On third down, Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. A solid stiff arm. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
12. 11 MT tank. 11 MT tank. 12.
From the 44, Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Watson. Dancing to his left. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That's taken on the 25. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Twelve, 11.
Here's Burrow. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
11, Thomas. 11.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
Here we go.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Here we go. 11 MT.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
On 1, ready?
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
11 MT, take. 12. 11.
Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has, percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 90 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a first down as well.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And again, it's Chubb. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get about 3 here, up to the 44-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. To throw is Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
On one, right?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11. 11, Thomas.
Now Burrow on first down. To Mixon on the check down. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
11 MT, 11 MT.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 108 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff as they run left side. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
They got to get to the 23 here on third. Now Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's first and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
He's got it. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Sliding out of the pocket. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 101 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Here we go.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
12. Here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Faking the give, now Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. Past the 20. 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean.
Touchdown, Browns! David Njoku from 4 yards out. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Burrow looking to pass. He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Bengals. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Cleveland. 72 yards. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And how about how he improvised right there, because he got flushed out of the pocket, locked eyes with his wide receiver, who knew to just keep running. And he was able to lay that one out there for him to run under.
And the final readout on next gen's. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Joseph Osai in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this. And you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From the 6. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
11.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Taken at the 37. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Watson off play action. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Push through, baby. Let's do this. Here we go.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
11. MT, Tate. 11.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Jordan. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. 11. 11 mighty.
Now Burrow. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. First down. Here's Burrow. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Bengals are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bengals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Bengals,